Good morning. I am in Pattison State Park, just outside of Superior, Wisconsin. It has little Manitou Falls, as well as large Manitou Falls. And we are on the North Country Scenic Trail. Let's go check out some falls. So I arrived last night, just at dusk, in the park, went straight to the large falls. I hadn't been back yet this morning, but I think I prefer these better. They're very accessible. I can still see my van over there. There's paths all the way around. You can wander around on the other side of the falls, up top. And there's lots of nice little viewpoints. And I do believe you can't go diving, but at least you can get your feet wet in the falls and explore the top of the falls as well. And another viewpoint. I'll show you a picture I took before dawn here now. And again, we are on the North Country Trail. So now that I'm a little bit away from the roar of the falls, you see there's a parking area right behind me here. I came here this morning a little after 5:30 because we had a full moon and I was attempting to get moonlit shots of the falls. So I'll show you those. Now, the trails here are great. They kind of meander everywhere. And this is the little falls. The big falls, very restrictive. There are specific viewpoints. There's a big gorge they don't want anybody to die in. So that's very restrictive. It's the tallest falls in the state. I wouldn't say the largest. They're the tallest. But as I look through here, came down this little path. We got a viewpoint down over there. Let's go over there. No, I was just at that viewpoint. I was just at that viewpoint, and we also went to that viewpoint. So they're all very close together, each slightly different view, but now I can stand on top of the falls. There's really very little restriction here. Just how gutsy are ya? And I already spent a lot of time this morning getting photos of that. I'll show you those now. The challenge on those photos was setting up my tripod here to get the angle I wanted. It was not easy. And then we continue down and find some more spots to play. Now, if you bring your water shoes, I did not right now, you can hop across and over and get out there, or just wade in if you want. There's a little more around the corner to show you. This is a pretty spot. Like I said, I think the campsites for the trail or backpack campsites are right across over there somewhere. There's no passage between this side and that side, at least that I know of, so they're pretty isolated. So I just went off the back of the second parking area for the little falls, and there was a little trail that came down, hopped a little stream here. I'm a little further upriver, but right across the river here are one of the backpacking campsites. So if you want a backpacking campsite on a river, that's a gorgeous site. I assume there's a couple more scattered through there. If you're a backpacker and looking for a unique place to stay, this is fabulous. And then you're on a more isolated side of the falls. Maybe not so much the viewpoint, but you can certainly get to the top and probably hop across the river down there with the right shoes. All right, first look at the map of this park. I am at Little Manitou Falls down here. There is a trail. There is a bridge. You got to go well, I guess there's a cross trail, brings you all the way back down, and then all the way back down again to those backpack campsites. They are isolated. I don't even know where you're supposed to park to go to them. But the bigger part of this is we're all along the Black River. We're at the high point over here, or relatively high. Things go downstream from here all the way up to the big Manitou Falls over here. Camping is way out here. So I'm staying here, but I chose to do the drive down to here this morning because I came here in the dark and I wanted to get here for the moonlight. Now I'm going to have to call this as a rare site in the Pattison State Park system. They cleared the trees so we could have the view. Thank you. It really helps us enjoy these parks when a viewpoint lets you have a view. We're going to drive back up here after I take a couple more pictures down here and take a look at Big Manitou Falls. Well, plans change. I'm enjoying this too much. I'm not going to rush out of here. I have other stops today, but I'll still get you everything. But this little path heading downstream is just too pretty to pass up on a lovely fall morning. These are really nice new bridges. Look along here. See another one up there as it switchbacks up the hill. I'm gonna keep along the river here. Well, I've made it to the CCC Bridge. I'm sure the base was CCC, but that's a nice newer bridge they have on that. Let's figure out where I'm going from here. So judging by how fresh these bridges smell, I'm kind of feeling these trails that I'm walking that are so nice and so accessible are all pretty new within the last couple of years. So if you haven't been here before or haven't been here in a while, check out these nice new trails that make it accessible. Now here's the big difference between the big falls and the little falls. You can't go anywhere out there. You can't go down near this because it's a scary drop. Signs everywhere, no climbing in gorge. Follow along the right side of the falls. There's a path down there. It kind of hits a fence. I don't know what that one's for. This is where you want to go for the second overlook. And a beautiful view into the distance. So from this side of the falls, I can see the lower drop from this one and the upper drop from the other platform. We'll go try to find over there to the spot that gets the full view. So after that bridge and a couple of overlooks, you gotta pop out. There's a parking area over there, and then come back in over here at the crosswalk to get to the other side of this gorge here to see the other overlook. Thing I want to note here, when you come in here, there's a massive parking area over here that takes you to the beach and the lake, and will take you out to underneath to a tunnel to big Manitou Falls. But especially when you come in here at night, maybe there's a sign I'll see, but there's nothing telling you where the campground is. If you're just coming in looking for the campground and there's nobody at the booth, and there isn't anybody at the booth, you're just kind of wandering around lost. Lots of parking, and of course at night that's not very clear either. Because if you come in like I did and try to set up camp after dark, it gets kind of hard. Still looking, still no sign saying where the campground is. Still no signs. I just kept following along this road. And then I finally have this, I'm down a little side road that's going to dead end, says self-registered office before occupying site. And then the first sign is here when you have to pick which section you're going to. So there's no signage on the way in telling you where the campground is. Now most of the sites in here are pull-throughs. Don't get too excited. This place was built a long time ago. So here's my site. I got a pull-through. It's snug. It's unlevel, and I struggled to find a place to sleep last night where it was level. Now my out for this pull through, as I'm going across dirt now, is his in. So if I parked up here, I'm kind of parked on top of my neighbor. Alright, this is the entrance to the campground, and that is site 1. It is a pull through with a tent. I'm over in site 2. We have a little path to showers, but I'm going to show you over here first what is just adjacent to the campground. So this is a parking area for this picnic area, except to get out of here you have to go through the campground. But let's go take a look. Oh, even more important, this is the parking area for the backpack campsites that I showed at the beginning by Little Manitou Falls. So, like I just noted, we're here off the campground, and there's a parking area for those backpack campsites down here. So you follow this trail down, you take the split to get to the backpack camp area. If you want to go to the falls, you come this way, take the bridge, and follow that around to the falls. And I did come off this parking area down to a little area here, and I could see that campsite. So they are, and that is like this one, that means that is pretty much on the top of the falls on the other side. And this is just lovely along the river. So those are got to be some phenomenal sights. I did give you a view of that one already. At the center of this park, that is not the falls, we have an old changing house, another shelter, massive picnic area, and a beautiful beach. So just past the beach, along the lake, just off of the dam, is this wonderful tunnel they built to get you under this major highway across to the falls. So the hike from the campground to the falls is probably less than 5 minutes. And we are at the top of the falls. Goes down over there. Over here is the parking for the walk-in sites, that P is, and those are 1.5 miles away. Site 1, pull through. Now we have sites 1 through 34 are on the outer loop. Sites 36 through 59 are on the inner loop. And most of them are pull-throughs. 2 or 3 over here is not, it's a back-in. But almost all of them are pull-through sites and a few other back-end sites. So we should be able to see what most of the sites look like. Alright, campground tour driving portion. I am leaving site 2. The car ahead of me is in site 4. Site 3 was across the way, a back-end, which actually kind of backs up to the lake. So it has a view of the lake behind it. So site 3, backside, view of the lake. Alrighty, more paths. Oh, that was pull through for 5 on my left, pull through for 6 right after that. So the ins and the outs are shared, so it's a little vague sometimes. Site 7 on my left, I just passed. It's hard to see the signage. Site 8 on my left with a boat and a truck. They do seem to be doing their best to try to expand these sites, cutting back the trees so bigger rigs can get in here, but they're still not very big. 9 on my right, 10 on my left. 10 and 11 look like shared sites. So they're not really a pull through or quite the same. They have 2 picnic tables and 2 fire rings. 12 and 13 are the same, where you're sharing space but you have some of your own space. So that's where you come with a friend or another group of family. 14 on my left, pull through. 15 ahead here on my right, pull through. But you can see they're not an easy pull through. 16 on my left, also a pull through. 17 seems to have a little more space to get around, get in and out. 18 on my left is a pull through, right on the shower trail. 19 on my right, and 20, again a shared pair. 21 on my left, 22 on my right with a little teardrop, 23 on my left, nobody there now. 24 on my right, we got somebody with some kayaks and a teardrop, pull through using it well. 25 on my left, we got a little travel trailer. 26 and 27 on my right, they are a shared site, much tighter than some of the others. 28 on my left, they fit their travel trailer in there, sort of a back in. 29 on my right, pull through. 30 on my left, got a classic old camper in that one. 31 and 32, well, 31 is a back in, 32 is the pull through over here with the Class C and a trailer. I'm trying to squeeze around that. Looks snug. 33 on my left, 34 on my right. Those are all pull throughs. And there's a pit toilet off the back of 34. That's kind of important to know. We'll go back around and look at the inner loop. Coming up to the split. Horseshoe pits on my right, basketball court on my right, or at least a basketball hoop. Now we're going to go sites 35 through 59 and showers and the flush toilets. 35 on my left, looks like Camp Host. 36 on my right is the accessible site. Shower house on the left, fairly new, not one of the really new shiny ones, but adequate for showers. And when I went in there last night, it was steamy. 38 on my left is a site right up against the bathroom. Got a little bridge. It's adjacent. So the site, I was in site 2. Site 39 is kind of adjacent on the other side of the woods there, on my right. Site 40 is on my left. The 40 is electric. 42 on my right. That's a tight, dark pull through. 41 also on my left, electric. Kind of shared with the previous one. 43 on my right. 44 on my left is electric. Now that looks more like a, I don't know if that's pull through or not. It's hard to tell where the tables are. 45 on my right. 46 on my left is electric. So the inside loop is electric. 47 on my right. That's a fair size pull through. Looks pretty easy. 48 looks doable there. Plenty of room to maneuver. 49 on my left. Kind of came in and then backed their trailer way in. It's electric. 50 on my right is also electric. Pull through. 51 on my left. I got a fairly large fifth wheel there. Squeezed in. 52 and 53 on my right. Shared entrance. 52 is a back in, 53 is a pull through. 54 on my left with the big Class A and a Toad. And 55 on my right with a classic Airstream pull through. Electric there. 56 on my left with a fifth wheel is electric. That backs up to the shower building. 57 on my right. Nice pull through. I gotta give a lot of credit to these campers to squeeze into these spaces. 58 on my left. 59 on my right, non-electric, and that is the last one on this inner loop. Like I said, give a lot of credit to those who can maneuver their trailers between the trees. I'm happy with just trying to squeeze my van in. So that's the campground. Simple little tour. Nice inner loop, outer loop, pull-throughs, very unique sites. I kind of like those. Now, let's wrap this up. So that's Pattison State Park, campground tour, little Manitou Falls, big Manitou Falls, and a few trails. There's a lot more trails out here. There's at least 8 miles. I might have done 1.5 miles. Love the trip along the river. There's a lot more out here. Come on out and enjoy it. They made it very accessible. And remember, Wisconsin looks better with you. So get on out there. Thanks for watching. And now for some recap photos. Enjoy.